my virginity to someone, and from what I know, he doesn't think it happened.
Retro future. Baby, won't you be my...
Alright, Buddha, there's no going back. We're doing this. My dog is here for emotional support throughout this video. No, stay there. Don't get up. Hey guys, what's up? It's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I'm perfectly centered right now, which is really like aesthetically pleasing in my brain. Okay, I know you do that a lot, but you need to like, shh. This video is not clickbait. It's not clickbait. And I know so many YouTubers like do like my first time videos, and it's like their first time wearing makeup. Like that's what that is. And this is not, we're not fucking around today. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I haven't sat down and told you guys a story in so long, and also you guys have really wanted a high school horror recently, and if you are new to my channel, you don't know what a high school horror is because I haven't made one in about a year. They're basically where I sit down and tell you guys the shitty experience that was my high school. So I need to preface this video with so many different things. First being, the reason I have not told this story is because it is so problematic and was so problematic when it happened, and I have just waited on telling it because I just don't want to bring it up again. Also, the reason I have waited on talking about this is because sex is such like a thing. Like, do I think everyone needs to be extremely detailed and descriptive with what they like? No. And I feel like maybe we're getting better at this as like a society. I don't really know. I just feel like people don't want to talk about it, and like it's like this thing that like happens but doesn't happen. I just feel like the more we talk about it, the more educated we'll be about it, and like every which way, like what to expect, what to do, what not to do, things like that, blah blah blah, you get it. Sex is such a personal thing, and I know I'm saying that right after I just said that we should be more open about it, but I mean it's a personal choice, meaning waiting until marriage is a personal choice, meaning not waiting until marriage is a personal choice, meaning never having sex is a personal choice. It's your body, it's your mind, it's whatever you want to do. That needs to be so fucking clear right now. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. There's like a bunch of dust flying around here, and you really have the power to make those decisions on your own, and so I'm not going to judge you for your decisions. You might judge me after this story a little bit for mine, but I just ask you to keep an open mind, okay? Where do I even start? This story is so messy. Grab a snack. You probably did already through that intro, but grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down, get relaxed, take your makeup off, do your makeup listening to this. Do something, okay? Because I'm gonna be here for a while. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I just want to say real quick, this story is about to conquer every single story time I have ever told. Reason being, I'm about to tell you the story about the time I lost my virginity, and the guy doesn't even remember it to this day, nor have we ever talked about it. So I'm going to give you the backstory. So I was 17 and I was in high school. At this time in my life, I had a pretty tight friend group. It was me, this girl who we'll call her Kim. So I was really best friends with Kim. Me and Kim were like this, super close. Then we were friends with these guys, and these guys were like our best friends. Not all of them are relevant in the story, just one. And so for the sake of the story, we will call him Brandon. Kim and Brandon, how do I put this? Months before this happened, like months before my time came in, I want to say like 6 months, 5 months before this, Kim and Brandon were like going at it. They were doing their thing, and I was best friends with Kim. So like I was like, get yours, you go. This is where I become a shitty person, okay? So for a long time, Kim and Brandon would hook up, and they really liked each other, or they just liked hooking up with each other. I really don't know. And so the three of us would always hang out because I was best friends with Kim, Kim liked Brandon, hence the three of us would hang out. And it didn't last for too long because after a little bit, Kim got a boyfriend. So Kim started dating this guy, so she stopped hooking up with Brandon. So this is all kind of going on in the beginning of summer 2014. So summer 2014, Kim's got her boyfriend, and we're juniors in high school, about to be seniors, and so parties are happening in the summer, and we're all just hanging out all the time. I'm with Kim all the time, I'm with Brandon and our other friends all the time. I had a party at my house one night, and me and Brandon, like, I never thought about it in any way other than he was just a friend. But this one night, vodka got involved. And this is not the night where everything went down. This is just the introduction to everything. I know. Buckle your seatbelts, kids. I just remember I was like that type of drunk. I was drinking Smirnoff Sour. I was like wandering with the bottle. Like the world was great. Everything was cool. And I remember Brandon came over to me and he was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to pick lemons because I had lemon trees. I don't know, okay? And so I was like, I'm gonna go pick some lemons. And he's like, can I come with you? And I was like, sure. And so me and Brandon go down into these lemon trees. trees. I'm so sorry, Mom, please stop watching. We go down into these lemon trees and I remember he just like kissed me and I was like, oh shit, we can't, no. I mean, but did I say no? No, I was just like in my head, I was like, this probably isn't the best idea, but like, you know. And so I was like, ugh. That was where me and Brandon kind of started this like flirting thing. I mean, it was more than flirting, but like that's where it kind of like the flirting like started. It just kind of became this sequence of events where whenever Brandon was somewhere and whenever I was somewhere, we'd like sneak off and like make out. Because I was like innocent, little Miss Innocent over here, not for long, but like little Miss Innocent at the time, and Brandon not so much. Like he knew what he was doing and I didn't, but he knew I was a virgin. It was known that your girl was a virgin. So after that kind of happened, we went through the summer. It kept happening. We had like this weird secret flirting thing. I don't understand it, but it was like, I think I liked it because it was wrong. Like I knew it was wrong. Everyone at one point in their life always wants what they can't have, and I was like, this is wrong and I shouldn't be doing this, but I just kept doing it. Like, I don't know, I just kept doing it. And so I would tell Kim about it like once or twice, and this is where I just need to say so clearly how shitty of a friend I was. I was the worst friend because I knew how much Kim liked Brandon, and I knew that even though she had a boyfriend, she still liked Brandon. And that's where girl code comes in, and that's why I say I broke girl code a bunch. This is a perfect example. Like, I broke girl code, and what happened because of that is a friendship that was really, really great. Like, me and her were so close and we were such good friends. It was broken because of that. That is the thing I regret. I regret hurting a friend over this because this was not worth it. And she was such a good friend. Like to this day, she's like one of the very few people I could be like, she was a good friend. Like, she was a dope girl, really good friend. And like, we're fine now, but it's like, it's never gonna be the same, you know? But our friendship didn't really change until like the night it all happened, which is what I'm leading up to. I know you're like, Savannah, get to it. I have another party because this just always seems to happen when I have a party. So I had a party. It wasn't a party, it was like a kickback at my place, and it was at the end of August. It was the weekend before school was starting. I wanna say it was August 21st. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I think we started school August 23rd and this happened August 21st. Basically, Brandon showed up and we were all at my house and we were all just drinking and having a good time. And that's the thing, I never, ever, I think I should say this just in general, I never expected, if you were to ask me like, who do you think you're gonna lose your virginity to, like 6 months before I lost it, I would have been like this one guy in particular, and I'm talking about my ex at the time. We were always on and off, but we always said that it was gonna be each other, and like it just wasn't. But I would have never thought it would have been Brandon. And as far as like my views on like virginity and all that, I guess I should have prefaced this video with that as well, but like my views on all of that is like, I was never the type of person where I was like, it has to be special with someone I love and like things like that. If that's your view on it, that's great. Stick to your core values. I just personally, I kind of wanted to get it over with. The party was starting to die down. It was like me, my other friend, we will call her Megan. Me, Megan, my other friend, and Brandon were all at my house. We were the only 4 people left, and Megan and our other friend were just kind of talking and whatever, waiting for one of them to leave, and Megan was gonna stay with me for a little bit, and this is really funny because my mom doesn't really know this, but she kind of set this whole thing up. She's gonna hate me for saying that, but like low-key you kind of did. And I know you're still watching this even though I told you not to. And this is why. So at this house we were at the time, it had this guest house across the street. My mom is like the most amazing mom on the face of the planet, hands down, best mom literally ever. Like honestly, I have the best mom, you guys. But she kind of set this one up. And how she did it was she knew that Brandon lived really far away, because he did. And she told me if Brandon needed to, he could spend the night. I don't know if she knew what was going on between me and Brandon at the time, but I was just like, okay. And so I went out to Brandon, mind you, he's still drunk, I'm still drunk, and I was like, yo, like if you need to spend the night, you can. And he was like, well, where would I stay? And I was like, you can stay up in the guest house. And he was like, is it unlocked? Because it was across the street. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like let's go check. And I swear to God, I only went up into that guest house with the intention of checking if it was unlocked. I did not go for any other reason. And so we walked up to this guest house, and I remember opening the door and it was unlocked. And I remember walking into this guest house, and I just turned around to start walking back down the stairs to tell him that it was unlocked, and I turned around, there is Brandon. So he walks in, God. he didn't spend the night, by the way. He left. He didn't need to spend the night. He had a ride coming to pick him up. He left, and I just remember walking back into my room, and I looked at Megan, and I just said, I just had sex with Brandon. And her jaw literally like hit the floor because this, you guys, was not supposed to happen. So, the aftermath. So, we have to go to school on Monday, and I was like, fuck. Like, I have to see him. What is he gonna say? It just like was one of those things where I was like, I'm just gonna see him on Monday and we'll see how this goes. We didn't have just any school day on Monday. It was senior retreat. My entire senior class went away, an overnight trip. I never thought I was gonna be the type of person where losing my virginity like changed me, and it didn't, but it definitely on a certain level did, because I acted so differently towards Kim, really towards everyone, but I acted specifically different towards Kim because I felt so guilty, and I was like, shit, like I am the worst person ever, I'm the worst friend ever, and I was a shitty friend back then, like 100%. I felt so bad, and so I just took it out as like anger and just standoffish, and I was just a brat. Honestly, I was a brat because I didn't know how to act, and so we would constantly get into these arguments because she was like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you like this? And I was like, I don't know, and like in the back of my mind I'm like, yes, I do know. And so at this point we're at the senior retreat with Brandon. Brandon and I maybe exchange like several words, but like nothing regarding what we just did 2 nights ago. And to him, like it probably wasn't a big deal if he did remember. Like if it's your first time, it's different. Like a year ago, if I hooked up with one of my friends, like I would never need to talk about it again. But like I was like, why isn't he saying anything about this? Like why is nothing being said about this? Like I just didn't get it. And so we went literally, it still drives me a little crazy to this day. We went so long without talking about it, and by so long, I mean literally this is the first time I'm ever speaking publicly about this, but this is the best part. This is just where it gets really good. I was a problematic girl in high school, okay? I always started drama. Everyone was like always like, Savannah. It wasn't even intentional to start drama. I just like did what I wanted, like, and I was just like, fuck your drama, fuck your bullshit, like I'm doing me. I think it was about January, I want to say. It could have been November, honestly, but I want to say it was around January. But at one point, this little secret of mine got out. I was not supposed to hook up with Brandon. Brandon, if there was any person in that high school that I was not supposed to hook up with, it was Brandon. And who did I hook up with? Brandon. Once this came out at school, the only reason I remember it came out is because my ex-boyfriend called me and told me that because I had sex with Brandon, I automatically now have to have sex with him. He fucking thought, let me tell you that. But even through all of this, Brandon not only doesn't talk to me about this, but says this did not happen. I don't know if he ever actually said that I'm lying because I never talked to him about it, but according to everyone else, Sav was lying. I was lying. He didn't remember it. Everyone's saying Brandon said it didn't happen, so it didn't happen. I'm like, I forgot Brandon was the fucking end all be all of this world. Everyone was saying that I did this to get revenge or make my ex-boyfriend jealous, and I was like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. All I remember is like literally everyone would go around school talking about it, but me and Brandon would not talk about it. And that's the thing that really messes with my mind, if I'm being honest. Because if there was a rumor going around that I had sex with someone and I knew I didn't have sex with them, you bet your ass I would be going up to them and being like, what is good? What are you talking about? But no, nothing was said. Literally nothing was said. And like granted, I could have said something, but like I felt awkward because I was like, this is my first time having sex. Like why doesn't he remember it? And it was just a nightmare, you guys, going to school every day, having everyone think you're lying, and I'm just like, I'm not lying. Like I'm literally not lying about this. Like why would I lie about this? Like this literally made me lose my best friend. That's what blew my mind, is everyone's like, you did this to like get your ex-boyfriend jealous, and I was like, really? Because I lost my best friend over it. So was it worth that? No. As you can tell, this gets me very heated, and it gets me heated because it's like, what happened happened, point blank. We can move on. But what I don't like is when people try to say that I'm lying about something that I damn right know I'm not lying about. I was drunk, but I wasn't that drunk. He might have been. Very possible. Very possible. To this day, it is September 19th, 2018. Over 4 years later, the person I first had sex with doesn't think we had sex. And everyone from my high school, mind you, still doesn't believe me, still thinks I'm lying. I have no problem with Brandon at all. He's probably never gonna want to talk to me again after this video if he sees it. But this is just like, if he's watching this, like, Brandon, like, I know you don't bring it up, I don't bring it up, and I'm fine with that. We never have to talk about this video. We never have to talk about it. But it happened. It happened. And you can do with that what you will. We both have moved on in our lives. We're both chilling. But just know, this happened. This whole thing was a mess and a half. I don't even know if you're ever gonna see this. If you ever see this, and if you're making it this far, go grab yourself a glass of wine or a cookie or something, because you deserve it. I think I need a glass of wine after telling that story. Fuck. Alright, you guys, that was my first time. I'm trying to think if I left anything out, because in my head, like, that was such a longer story than like what it was. I think that might be it. Alright, you guys, that was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Savannah. Welcome. I make videos Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. You should subscribe, join the family. All my links are gonna be at the end of this video and in the description box below. I love you guys so much. I'll be back in a couple days with a brand new video. Bye, guys.